What are you talking about? Guys' eyes are normal. My name is Matt. Welcome, horror movie freaks.
I'm Nathan.
And I'm Sue.
And in today's episode, we're going to be discussing the 1968 horror classic, Rosemary's Baby. Written and directed by Roman Polanski and based on the best-selling 1967 novel of the same name. This was Polanski's first all-American horror film, and it starred Mia Farrow, John Cassavetes, Ruth Gordon, Ralph Bellamy, and Charles Grodin. So, Sue, this was your choice, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
So let's get into it. So let's have a look at the production. Nathan, what did you think of the look of the film, the way it was directed?
I really liked how it captured 1960s New York, I guess, which now looking at shows like Mad Men and other things, it just seemed very retro, but back then it was just normal. So, yeah, I really enjoyed that whole nostalgia thing about it, and just the way it actually felt quite, even though it felt a bit staged, it also felt a bit real as well. It didn't feel too produced, which I liked.
So what about you?
I think the economy that it's filmed in is its best quality. Like, he doesn't show you anything you don't need to know. Like, you don't see time pass when she's at the end, when she's in the bed and she's, getting rid of the pills. You don't see her do that every day. You just see them in the wall, so you know time has passed.
Yeah.
When she says about the pictures missing on the wall, he doesn't have a shot of her going, "Oh, pictures missing on the wall." He just brings it up later, which I think that was really cool. And, of course, never showing the baby is pretty masterful as well, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think even things like, when they first go into the apartment and the chest of drawers has been moved to block that wall, and they're like, "Oh, that's really strange. Why would you lock that up?" Like, that's really unnerving. The way it's filmed is quite unnerving, even though it kind of easily couldn't be. It could have just been big deal, but because of the way it was filmed, I think that worked really well. Things like that were down to the director to me.
It just blows my mind, the bits where Rosemary's dreaming things, like when she's drugged,
that was very
making the baby. That was, like, amazing. That was, like, one of the best bits of film I think I've ever seen. Like, when you're in a deep sleep, and you maybe had a bit too much to drink, and you have those really weird dreams, and there are those random things where bits from real life are coming into your dreams, and it's he conveyed that like so beautifully. It was amazing. Yeah,
I agree, and that was all down to him being such an artistic director. Even things like, there's a shot where Minnie's on the phone, and you see her through the doorway completely from the perspective of Rosemary, and you don't see Minnie's face or even hear exactly what she's saying. Things like that I think are really like a confident thing for a director to do. He doesn't have to show you her dialing and her face and her talking. He's happy to just show her back around a corner.
Yeah.
And he's happy that that's going to sustain you. That's really cool.
And every shot was lit so beautifully, like it was a photo shoot, and it just looked so luxe and gorgeous and very Mad Men style.
Yeah.
But that was Mad Men style, but really this is the 60s. This is what they were aiming for.
Yeah. It's not retro, it was then. It was modern.
The only thing I would sort of pick up in regards to production was the editing. I thought could have been a little bit tighter. It's like, oh, really? Do we need to know this much information? Like, couldn't you have cut it a little bit tighter?
Yeah, I can see that.
Let's start talking about the plot. Sue, what did you like about the script? How it was written?
I think because you did feel like you were in her shoes. You didn't, everything that she discovered, you discovered at the same time. And, nothing was given away so that you could go, oh, later she's going to be upset about that. You kind of learnt it when she learnt it. So it really put you in the place of her. And I liked that it just felt like a slow, everyone's against me feeling. And you still weren't 100% sure. Like, the first time I watched it, you still weren't 100% sure if she wasn't just being a little bit paranoid. It's only at the end that you're like, oh, no, that's all real. But, up until that point, it could easily be she's got all these hormones going on. She could be misreading things. I thought that was pretty good.
Nathan, how about you? What did you think of the plot?
It's a slow burn, basically. And it starts off very slowly, but then you can tell that it's like they're turning up a dial, and it just gets more and more and more and more suspenseful up until right at the end. So I really enjoyed it this time.
Yeah, I really liked the plot in the way that it gave out information early, like so you were saying, that dresser that was dragged in front of the doorway. And it wasn't until right at the end of the film that you worked out, the old woman had managed to drag that massive dresser in front of the doorway, so Minnie and the husband, Roman couldn't get into her apartment. There was little things that I liked like that they set it up and obviously thought about, and it's only retrospectively that you go, that's why that had happened.
Like losing his glove, or like her focusing in on his earring, the guy's, Roman's earring, and thinking, because I guess men didn't really have pierced ears back then.
Yeah.
It's interesting that they peppered all that through, so you really got a payoff at the end, and it's like, this is this and this all leads into that, and I thought that was very clever. The bit that I took issue with the most was Guy's character. I thought the other characters were well written, but I really thought the Guy got the short end of the stick. I didn't buy that. One minute he's saying, honey, don't invite them over, you're only going to encourage them. And then they have one dinner party, and all of a sudden he's sold his wife and his firstborn child simply because he can, become a famous actor. And maybe the neighbours put some sort of hex on him and made him, more susceptible. But, I just didn't buy that he would turn so quickly.
I didn't actually pick up that he had turned. I thought maybe he was in on it right from the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, I think he's meant to be, because, they kept saying Satan chose you or whatever. So I don't know at what point Satan chose Rosemary, but maybe there was a reason why she was with Guy. Like maybe Guy deliberately sought her out with that plan in mind already.
Yeah.
But because it's all from her perspective,
you don't know
that.
Yeah, good point. So, moving on, what do we think of the performances?
Well, I think they're of their time. And I have to admit that Mia Farrow is not my favourite actress. Like, I think she's very good in this and she's well cast and she's certainly believable and gives it her all, but she's not someone I warm to particularly. She's a little bit whiny.
That's the character as well. She's sort of downtrodden and kind of meek as well.
Yeah. But Ruth Gordon as Minnie I thought was incredible. She's so repellent. But like her coming around to my house every goddamn day, you can keep your milkshake. But it's 11 o'clock. Fuck off. I don't want the milkshake, seriously. But well acted, very well acted.
Yeah. And the way that she delivered her lines was so natural. Like that line that you said, he chose you out of all the people in the world. She chose you. Like she delivered that. Like it just came off the top of her head. Like whereas everyone else was sort of doing that old-fashioned, a little bit stagey delivery, whereas she was like so natural and a modern performance. I thought.
Yeah, like she just wandered in and started playing the character with no script and just was her.
Like she was just riffing, like this is just, improvising.
She was almost the opposite of Rosemary, though, in that she was very confident and she was very outgoing, very pushy, and she would get her way.
Yeah, that's
so I thought that was good.
I think this was Mia Farrow's best performance. Didn't come up with another good performance until she was in Lord of the Rings when she played Gollum. So we're going through and we've scored each of the 3 Ps. So the production, the plot, and the performance, each of us have rated and given it a score. And we've tallied them up, and the total score for Rosemary's Baby. So the top score would have been 90, and we've given it 73 out of 90, which is a B-. What do we think about that, guys? Do you think that like as we've totaled it up, do you think that's a fair assessment?
I think that's fair. Yeah. Classic status is not great, but it's not bad at all.
That's it. Like it's an amazing film. Like it's beautifully shot, like we said. It's well acted, well plotted, but it's not something I would personally watch over and over again or think it's a horror, at the pinnacle of the horror genre.
Looks-wise, at the very least, it's an exceptional-looking film. But I also think it's just missing that nasty gore thing that I quite like.
Yeah.
That's actually interesting because I was questioning when I was watching. I was thinking, is this even a horror? I don't know if it is. It's just more of a suspense.
Yeah.
There's not none of the horrific things that really happen. It's just suspenseful.
Yeah.
I think it's listed as horror because of the whole devil aspect.
I was going to say, she did get raped by the devil. Pretty horrific.
I don't know about you, but that's kind of horrifying to me. And Nathan just does that on the weekends.
It's another Saturday night. What do you think? Do you think that we've rated Rosemary's Baby fairly? Is it deserved of the B-? Well, let us know in the comments below or join in the conversation on our Facebook page. Just go to Facebook.com/Horror Movie Freaks, or you can tweet us just at the @Horror Movie tag. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode. See you later.
See ya.
Bye.